Hey everyone, welcome to Stuff I Never Learned from a Schoolbook. It is Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 2 Hawaii time, 6 a.m. out in Indonesia, and you guys are much later than us out in Australia. Anyways, welcome to my show, Stuff I Never Learned from a Schoolbook, right up there. If this is your first time, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. If you are a repeat offender, welcome back. Y'all know who I am. You know what I'm about, so this ain't going to be any different. Outside of the fact that I'm probably not going to get too many words in edgewise with these two ladies I have coming on. But these two ladies that I have coming on, one is missing right now, by the way, are absolutely fantastic. There is not a thing at all that I have to say bad about them outside of the fact that they're dumb enough to put up with me. So that's their own fault. But anyways, I will bring on one of them who happens to be here. The other one had to restart her machine, so she'll be here shortly too. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Miss April Bissett. She's going to come on right now and say hi to everybody. So,
that didn't sound good. She had to restart her machine. Darren.
How you doing, Jamie?
Hello. Hi, Jamie.
So, hi again. Oh my goodness, it's been forever since we've talked.
I know. We've been planning this for a while.
Yeah.
Chasing each other.
Yeah, you guys did all kinds of stuff together, going on conventions and cons and all that other stuff that I couldn't come out to because I'm here in the center of Cornland.
Oh, we got to get you to one. I
Right?
got the best Paracon. And my two favorites is New Jersey Paranormal.
Yeah.
And Gettysburg. You have to go to these.
Yeah.
They're the best. And then New Jersey Paranormal does a VIP party. And let me tell you something. We had so much fun.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The pictures are just like insane.
Yeah.
So,
last year I almost ran over. Who did I almost run over? Oh my God. Why is my brain going dead? Kindred Spirits. God, I'm going dead. Well, this year I fought Jason Hawes for a parking spot.
Did you pull fried green tomatoes and just slam into the car when it parked into the spot?
I parked the spot, and I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
And he sticks his head out, and I go, "F you, Jason Hawes."
Oh, Nikki says Adam Berry.
Adam Berry. I almost ran him over last year.
Oh, by the way, Nikki says hi. You look beautiful.
Oh, hey, Nick. How are you? Oh, thank you. I couldn't poof my hair. I got rained on.
Uh-oh. I know, me too. Crazy. I tried to fluff it up and everything.
I have my big Jersey hair, and I'm like,
laid flat. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't like the flat hair.
But I still got the beautiful beard going, so that's all,
I love that beard. I know Nicole loves it too. That's the new sexy, the beards.
Right? Glad I originated it. Yep. Brought beard back before it was cool. I call it vintage. It's not old. I'm not old. I'm vintage. That's what I claim. So.
Let me see. Let's see. Adam Berry. Yeah, thank you, Nicole, for telling me. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't. My brain is shot. I do so many readings. I'm just shot.
Right? So I'm going to do this a couple of times throughout the show. As you know, I do this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw up a couple of banners for you while we're waiting for little Miss Taryn, who's, God knows where. All right. So first one, I had to break this into two different ones because you're so freaking famous. You have so many things going on. I had to break this. So the first one's very simple. IntuitiveApril.com. That's her main. Yeah. That's the one you're going to go out to when you're going to learn all about the cool, crazy, kooky facts about Miss April right here. She's absolutely fantastic.
It's good because then you'll see you could sign up for my mailing list to tell you where I'm making appearances and everything.
Yeah. And also, yeah, see, I'm not just a one-trick pony. That's not the only thing I got. And then we got all of this down here too.
Oh.
We got Facebook.com. We have Instagram way over there. We have TikTok right about there.
I don't have time for TikTok, but I love TikTok late at night. Oh my God, I'm hooked on it.
And so what else I'm going to do is I'm also going to grab these and I'm going to throw them into the comments as well, so everybody will have a chance to see them all the time.
Wow,
so
thank you.
While we're doing that, so for those people who have not met you yet, why don't you go ahead and say a little something about yourself, about who you are and what you, all the fantastic, wonderful stuff you do and everything
do
else.
that. Well, I'm a psychic medium, celebrity psychic medium, because I read a lot of celebrities. I started out like with the housewives in New Jersey, not all of them. And then I just came into the scene, into the paranormal field, and you guys ate me up. And all of a sudden, I was getting calls from Travel Channel, and I appeared on the Holzer Files. And now I'm actually filming something called Haunted Hotels Live with
Yeah.
Sam Baltrusis. We have a great cast, and I'm actually in talks for a show right now.
Really?
Yes, and it is, I got to tell you, probably one of the best ideas, the most original paranormal show ideas that I've ever come across.
So I can't see who this is because for me it only says Facebook user, but I know it's going to be somebody that you know because I've heard this comment. I've heard this phrase used.
Oh my God, I love you more. That is Ray Savino.
Okay.
I love him. He owns Flamiri Promotions, and he runs some of the best events, paranormal events. He's amazing. And I think he just signed somebody new that's pretty cool. I forgot their name. Ray, we got to get you on here. I love Ray.
If you want, hey Ray, you want to come on? You have an open invitation to the show. How's that?
Yeah.
So
Ray's come on now. Come on. We love each other so much. We had a falling out. We had a fight. We had a lover's quarrel.
Yeah.
No, we're not lovers, but such close friends, and we're back together. And I'm so happy because I missed him so much.
That's Taryn blowing me up right there.
What is she saying?
She's saying she's on her way. It's taking forever to reboot. Oh my God. So, and of course, since I'm actually have my Facebook open just in case, everyone's hearing my messages come through. Oh,
I hear that. Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Eileen's in here. Hi, Eileen. So, Jamie. So it's funny that because Jamie says Joe is not the only Facebook user, which is funny because Joe is the only one that I see that shows up as Facebook user. So that was the only Facebook user. Everyone else can see that it's Joe except for me. Except right now, I think I can actually see that it's Joe, which is really weird. And your Facebook user says, check is in the mail. We fought, made up, and now we're making balloon animals together.
That's an inside joke. Quite funny. You guys would die if you knew the story behind that. Doesn't have to do with us, though.
Oh, my goodness. Taryn is blowing me up right now.
Taryn, what's going on? Get your butt in here. What I really want to know is, where's my wine? I have ordered from Drizzly. My message wasn't going through when I was on the computer. All right, wait. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, what is she having an issue with?
I don't know. It's Taryn. You know, this is exactly why I tell people to come on my show about 20 minutes early. So that way, if we have issues, we can figure them out ahead of time.
You know, man, I do this all the time. I do 2 live shows a week.
Taryn is notorious for even on her own shows being late. So I had no doubt she was going to be late on mine. So.
Oh, Taryn, she's actually a very good investigator. I got to watch her at our last investigation, and she's very inquisitive, and she asks a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And she actually got a really good EVP.
Really?
We were at the what is it? The Columbus Inn, the old Columbus Inn in Columbus, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, this place is one of the most haunted places I've been to. Hey, Jen! Jen's my right hand. She's my moderator on my right hand.
I knew who the name was.
Jen, everyone knows you.
Hold on. Hey, Jen, what am I? Chopped liver? Come on.
And Brent, right there, Brent.
Yeah.
Above her, that's her fiance, and he's also one of my moderators too. And he's my left hand.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do my show without them. But Yeah, this place was off the charts,
Yeah.
crazy. And I knew nothing about, like, I always go into a location where I know nothing about. They reached out to me. I never even heard of the place, but everyone's going to hear about it because we've been talking about it. But it was a brothel. It was an orphanage, and I had not known this prior to going there. And I was going up the stairs, I guess, where the orphanage, where they have the kids, and I could feel hundreds of little kids around me and little hands on me,
Really?
touching me, like asking, like, help, help, you know. So I walk into this other room. I'm walking in the room, and as soon as I cross the threshold, I grab my throat. I'm like, I feel like I'm being choked out. I can't breathe. I'm being choked out. I can't go in the room. I turn around. I'm like, and they see me like this, and I see them all looking at each other. The woman that ran the orphanage did unspeakable things to these children,
Really?
and the townspeople hung her out that window in that room I was walking into. But I could feel like I can't. There was some. It didn't feel like hands. Something's around my neck. I'm being
Yeah.
choked out, and I'm like, if I didn't get out of there, I think I would have passed out.
Oh. Oh, hold on. Wait for it.
Oh,
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
no, only over 18 with Taryn and me.
Oh, wait. I forgot about that. Hold on, let me change that really quick.
No
right,
children.
Parental. I had to put up my parental advisory. Everybody, please welcome the beautiful, the talented.
Oh,
Taryn.
stop.
Oh my God. Hello, Bessie.
Group hug. Group hug.
I love you. I love you guys.
Hi. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Hey, Taryn, I was just talking about Old Columbus Inn, that last investigation we did. And I was saying, what a good investigator you are, because you're so inquisitive. Because I was driving in, right? And they had the door open. I could see Taryn talking to my friend, Mike, and I could hear her talking, asking a million questions. And I'm like, I love that about her because she's so inquisitive. She has to know things. She really goes in there hard, and she investigates hard. And I was telling him that EVP that you got up in the attic, and I wouldn't go to the attic. I did not want to go in there.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with somebody because we were talking about like what we thought EVPs were, you know.
Yeah.
And I love picking people's brains apart that don't just automatically think it's spirits. Like there could be other stuff or whatever. And I was talking about.
Can I tell you something, Mike? That guy Mike that you were talking to, my friend that brought us there.
Yeah,
he's a very big skeptic.
Well, if we keep going there, he's not going to be.
Oh, no. Well, you know what? I don't know if you were there for when I did all the readings for his team. Like I was.
Remember I came in at the end because that's when I was walking around with Mike, and I came in and I go, "Hi, Dad," and you're like,
"Oh, can I tell you something?" I was picking up earlier that your dad was saying.
What?
Your dad said that he wants you to focus. I think he always used to kind of focus you. He said you're spinning.
I am.
You're spinning again. And he said, I want you to focus. And he's like, I don't know. I keep seeing an apple, and I don't know why. Like if I had to focus in on something.
Everybody that I meet that I don't know, that I never knew he knew, you know, because I was so young, they always say that he always said I was the apple of his eye.
Oh my God. All right. Because he kept showing me the apple, and I couldn't make out what the apple was. And I'm like, but I thought he was telling me, because he keeps telling, he's like, tell her to focus, to listen to me. Listen to me. Because he used to do this with you. He would make you focus because you would spin. You would spin.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But that's your mind. But that's why you're so incredible. And that's why you're such a great investigator, because she doesn't stop thinking. She doesn't stop asking questions. Taryn's not going to stop until she gets that answered down to, like, you know, the true meaning of what is going on.
Yeah. And you know, it's crazy that you're talking about me, because I want to talk about how important you are. You know what I mean? I love I want April to be involved with more of my investigations because I'm finding a lot of time, like in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and this is like weird to me. It's making me feel like me and her are supposed to do something together
Mhm.
because there's been 3 locations that I've come across and have talked to and either investigated or are going to that they can't find history.
Mm.
And when you have somebody like April that can walk in a place and can find things to help them find actual facts and it get validated and it's evidential stuff, you have no idea how much I respect her because I've seen her work and I know she doesn't know anything. That's why I go in and I get everything before she gets there. I
Yeah.
want all the history as an investigator.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I want to know. She doesn't want to know anything.
Yeah.
So when she stays far away, there's no like at Old Columbus Inn, you weren't even there.
Yeah. I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't even there when he
Yeah, I
was
won't
walking
get there
around.
until after everyone's there.
But anyways, I was upstairs in the attic
Oh,
and
that was crazy.
I'm sitting on the floor and I have my legs crossed and I had my hand out because I had heard a noise in the back corner. And he explained to me that was like the second attic and then there's a third attic or something, but over in the second attic. And I was sitting there and I heard this noise. So I put my hand out and I said, you can come over and touch me, you know? And I heard, I'm scared.
Mm.
And it was only me and JoJo. He was the only one up there with me. And I said right away, I looked at him. I said, did you hear that? And he's like, what? I'm like, did you hear? I'm scared. So then I yelled down to them. I said, did anybody say I'm scared? Did they whisper I'm scared? Anything? And they were all like, no, 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 no. So I stopped my recorder, which I never do. Anybody that knows me and investigates with me, my recorder's on all the time. But I stopped it, rewound it, and sure enough, you can hear the I'm scared. And then you heard me say, I just heard I'm scared.
And it's a little kid, right?
Yeah, it was a little girl, it sounded like. And then right after that, JoJo said he saw what looked like a woman walk past the bottom of the steps.
Oh, wow, that's good. I had left when you went upstairs. I said, I'm not going upstairs. I don't want to go upstairs.
And me on the other hand, I want to spend more time there. Like
Yeah.
I told April, I said, when I go there, I want to go up in the attic. I want to spend some time up there. But anyways, you are very valuable. Like I'm coming across a project I found by myself. It actually, I honestly think my dad put it in my lap.
Well, he's with you. He's with you.
I know he put this in my lap, but I don't want to say too much because I want you involved in it. So
yeah,
but you know, it's something that I found on my own. You know what I mean? Not found on my own, but
I remember you telling me that somebody reached out to you, right? A family member?
Yeah, a family member in Georgia. So it was weird that somebody from Georgia said, hey, check this place out. And it happened to be the town that my dad lived in when he was a child. And it's this little shit town in Birdsboro, PA. And the people that run it are looking to start doing paranormal stuff in there. And the guy that runs it is actually a police officer, which is ironic. You know, my dad was a cop and this is the town he grew up in. And he knows my uncle who's a sheriff in Berks County. And then, you know, it's like all these things are coming together. And I said to him, I said, listen, let's work together. I don't want shit. I don't want any money. I don't want nothing for this. I want to work for you. I want to bring people in and I want to put money into this beautiful house. You know, I said, and he goes, the Kerpers were real prevalent in Birdsboro. You know, you guys had a grocery store, you had a corner store, he's like, were you related to this Kerper, that Kerper? Yeah. Cause we're actually in Birdsboro history books, my family. So this is something that's going to be exciting for me. And I definitely won't do it without April for sure.
I'm so excited. I loved working with you. We had such a great time. That place is my favorite place now.
And you know what else I learned? I know when to shut the fuck up. I know what, and it's funny because I know her so well. Like, and I love her for everything that somebody else would be like, oh, she's a bitch. I totally love about her. because she's real and she's exactly like me. So when people hang around us and I know that whatever's what they're doing is like a cross the line thing, I'm like, oh, here it comes. She don't hold back. She does not hold back.
No,
And
very forward.
some of the shit that comes out of her mouth, I'm just like, why do I not have a GoPro? This is best. Like, I am so happy I'm not that person.
Oh, my wine's here. No.
Like, I'm so happy I'm not that person.
No, I'm trying to change my ways. You notice I just don't like when
Right.
people interfere, like when I'm doing my readings in
Listen, there is nothing wrong with being real.
yeah.
There is nothing wrong with being real.
Yeah, I'm not the phony type.
And as long as like I'm real. And I do try to do things a little bit more subtle than April, you know, like April's just like, fuck you, motherfucker, blah, 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 you know. I'm like, okay, can we talk? Like, we just have to like try to, you know, you have to understand where we're coming from. And April's like, fuck that, fuck the fuck. We're like, you know, I'm like, sorry.
Don't get on my bad side.
Yeah. It's the thing is the principle behind that with you, and I feel the same way, is that as long as you're loyal and you're honest and you don't do any fucked up shit and then like just not be like morally a good person, like,
Yes.
you know,
Loyalty is very big to me.
like, and communication, like at least like talk about shit.
Yeah.
Be adults and talk about it. If you got an issue, say it and talk about it.
Yeah. Like we did. Remember, I was in such a mood. I was going through a hard time, and she knew something was wrong with me, but I called her the next day. And
I treaded lightly.
Yeah.
I treaded so lightly.
Sorry.
I treaded so lightly. Yeah, I thought I was ousted when the what was that Saturday night? She went to bed a little early, and I was like,
oh my God! But
Hardy,
next year it's going to be me banging on the door, passing out.
I literally was up. So I was talking to Destination Fear people till like 4 o'clock.
Oh my God! All you guys were up. Destination Fear, Ghost Brothers. She was hanging out with them. They were up till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I told Destination Fear, and I say this respectfully. I said, I don't like your show. You guys are awesome, but I don't like your show.
Yeah.
I've always been taught, you know, if you're in a bad mood or you're not having a good day, you get in a fight, this or that, you know, anything negative, you don't want to bring that to an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the fact that they do all that stuff prior to just get themselves like all scared and, you know, I feel like you're manipulating, one, the investigation, and two, you know, you're opening up that negative space, you know, and you just don't, I don't agree with it.
And never go when you're sick. I always say when you're sick.
And they totally were so cool about it. They were like, thanks.
Oh, the nicest.
Like, they were like, thank you. And then we started just hanging out and talking about other shit. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was a huge party. That was a party.
Anyways, my point of that was,
I don't even remember the party.
But I guess I was knocking on the door out. I don't even know how the frick I made it to the room. I don't know how.
Well, I went down looking for you, and I couldn't find you. You might have been walking around anyway. I went down there. I saw the guys from Destination Fear. I'm like, hey, I should have asked them where you are. Hey, where's Taryn? Then I went back up to bed, and then banging on the door. She's on the floor.
Well, she said I don't even remember. I dropped all of my stuff out of the purse. It was laying all over the floor. She had to help me pick it up. Then we walk in. Then she gets me in the room. I almost fell into the jacuzzi with no water. You know who else? Yeah, and that's funny because you've gotten it the worst, and so is Megan. My friend Megan, I always room with her when I do things. And like she told me 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I came in and literally just tumbled onto my bed. So it was her bed first. I tumbled onto that. I got up. I fell into the lamppost, you know, in between the two beds. And I took that onto the bed with me. And she said, she woke up and I had a bag of chips like right here and like a like.
She's everything in a bag of chips.
Right.
Well, you know what? You know what she did? I went into the bathroom. I come out. She sprawled across the bed, so I can't even get into bed. She's on my pillow. That's all I saw. She's on my pillow. Needs to get off my pillow.
I don't know how I didn't make it on the naughty list after that.
Oh, Taryn, I love you. We're all gonna have those. Okay.
I actually have a question for you guys. It's coming from a person, like my wife.
You mean my wife?
Your wife. Do you guys ever have places get real quiet when you are your real selves? She asked because when we went with our old team, places would shut down because the women were real selves, like they would talk and they would be loud and they'd ask questions. And it was basically the old-fashioned houses that did that would shut down. And it was almost like the spirits that were there, if they were men, they were like, you're not allowed to talk. Women don't talk in here. Because it was very old-style homes. And they were like, no. And our girls would be like, I'm talking anyways. This is what I'm here for.
I'm telling you right now, Hinsdale House is the opposite.
Yeah.
We want to actually test it. We want to test all girls on a Friday night into a Saturday, and then have guys all guy team go, Saturday into Sunday.
Yeah.
And see, because when we were just cackling like our normal cackling hensy selves and just like being however, we were getting equipment going off. We were getting, all kinds of stuff was happening in that house when we were just being ourselves and talking amongst ourselves and not investigating.
Yeah.
It was interesting how that happened. It happened throughout the entire weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we went to a couple of places and one was really bad, but we went to a couple of them and we would ask questions, whatever else. And then the girls would they'd be loud and they'd be their normal selves and they'd ask questions or they'd make comments, whatever else. And everything went dead. So no pun intended, but everything went quiet to where it was just, we couldn't get anything else out of the house. It was just like, nope, they're there. They want to talk.
I'll tell you what, Hinsdale like surprised me. Like I'm still going through stuff and everything, but that to date is the best place I've ever been. I love everywhere else I go and I've been, but activity wise, it was just on another level. And even if it wasn't paranormal, there were other experiences that happened that were just it was awesome. I don't know how anybody says anything bad about that place, to be honest with you. I mean, at nighttime it was creepy. There was some shit that happened at night.
Yeah,
and I didn't like. Yeah, I'm telling you, I swear it was a bear. I don't know what the hell it was. All I know is it looked into my soul and I ran. I pulled a dude run and I pushed Megan out of my way. I was like, that's a fucking bear. And I started running. The audio is so hilarious because as soon as I see that shit, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you're out there in the middle of nowhere. I was there.
So dark, and it's so dark.
February, in the dead of winter.
Yes. And you're like surrounded by woods. And there is a crazy woman that lives like, up the hill or whatever. But like you hear all kinds of shit. And now it was funny, me and Robert just talked about it because I let him hear it. But I got either a pack of wolves, which I've never heard. I'm from the city. I've never heard stuff like this, right? So it's cool to me. So it was either a pack of wolves or foxes or human sacrificing. I have no what the fuck the idea was. There was some shit going on for 2 minutes because when I ran, all my equipment went all over the ground. I ran right in. My butt cheeks were clenched. A tear was coming out of my eye, and I was scared. Like scared. And because I said that shit is coming right towards us, and I ran.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my recorder was outside for 2.5 hours by itself because then eventually, everybody was inside. And at one point for 2 minutes, you hear all this banter going on, like howling and a scream. You hear barking. You hear. And it's like all going on, and it gets louder, then it gets more further away.
Yeah, you got the woods right there behind the house. Too.
I know. And I was like, if I was outside and heard that after I saw that, I would have got in the car and I'd have left.
Do you know, I actually years ago, 7 years ago, a team contacted me and they were there, but I didn't know where they were. And they wanted me to tell them what I was picking up. So I'm like, I am seeing a man hammering animals, like killing animals and liking it. And I said,
Hinsdale?
From Hinsdale.
Oh.
And I said they're probably going to find animal bones and human bones there, because I kept seeing 13 people walking up and down this road. And I said, whatever went on there, somebody either did a spell or a blessing, and they did it wrong. The spirits were released from the house, but they're stuck on the property. And I kept seeing them walking up and down this road that goes nowhere. And at the time, I didn't know it was Hinsdale. Hinsdale, there's only one road to Hinsdale.
So listen to this. On Sunday, the sheriff's department shows up.
No.
Right? They get out. They come walking up, and they're like, "Is there a Katie Bellinger here?" And we were like, "No, Katie Bellinger." I'm like, "I don't know." And we said, "Well, what's it about? Because we're about to leave. Maybe somebody's coming after us, you know?"
Yeah.
And he said, "We got a 911 call from a Katie Bellinger, and she gave us the address, 3 Bear Drive or 3 Bear Road. And when we put it in our GPS, it brought us here."
Huh.
Well, I talked to the girl, Tiffany, that showed us around the place. She's lived in Hinsdale her entire life. She doesn't know who Katie Bellinger is. There is no such 3 Bear Drive in Hinsdale at all. And that's not the address to Hinsdale.
Right.
So it was weird. We were like, that's weird. Because that was just weird. That was just
Oh my
odd.
God, that's so weird.
It is very weird. It was the oddest thing. That's what I'm saying. Like the experiences that we had there, like, were just odd, and they were just odd.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the hell that thing was, but it was coming towards us.
Yeah.
And then I got that shit on record. So I can understand when people always say like the outside seems to be more. People always say it's active ghost or like negative wise, right? But I feel like I was scared to be out there.
I'll tell you what's there. When I finally went to Hinsdale, I was actually meditating, getting ready for my readings, and all of a sudden, now I'd never been to Hinsdale. I didn't even know what it looked like.
Right.
But in my meditation, I was brought to Hinsdale, and I am in the backyard of Hinsdale, and there's thousands of Indians there and the chief, and they won't cross the property line. And all he told me was that like they were protecting me. He said the land is tainted. He said it'll always remain that way. It's the land.
Well, but the thing is like I feel like that negative that people explain, I feel like they take that as something paranormal, ghosty wise. You know what I mean? Which some may very well experience that. You know what I mean? But for me, it was more of feeling very vulnerable. And like Tom, I know you wouldn't be scared to be there. You know what I mean?
I'm too young to know any better.
I know that. But like for somebody like me, a city girl, I don't know the first thing. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's in the walls there, that energy, because that man that lived there was sick. There was something wrong with him.
I investigated there for 2.5 hours by myself. They all went to dinner. Yeah. And I stayed there. And I felt
this is good investigation. You dig right in.
Yeah. And I felt so comfortable there. Like I was not scared. I said I wouldn't go outside while I was there alone. Because one, I was live on Facebook.
Well, yeah. Plus
people come down there all the time to take pictures of the house, and you're in the middle of the woods, and I was there by myself. So I was like, I'm not going outside. I was like, and I'm not going in the motherfucking basement. I was like, I'll do anything else. So, I had such a great time. And, I
saw you guys had a fire outside. That looked like you guys are hanging out.
That's very nice.
And so there's also they have a giving tree. You go this walkway, and you give something. Well, when we went up there, this is also something that's never happened for me. I looked over to the left, and I see this other tree, and I'm like, no, I want to put something on that tree.
That was your tree.
I was just drawn to it. I put something on that one too, but I said we need to start a new one.
It's funny. That was one of the things I picked up too in that group that called me. I said, I keep seeing an Indian headdress hanging from the tree. Yeah. And they actually hung a Native American woman from the tree.
Oh.
And that's why I was seeing the Indian headdress. I had no idea where they were too.
Wow. So is that, I see, I don't know that much about Indian like stuff,
I
rituals,
don't know
and
if the
traditions.
tree's still
So
there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a tree that, I mean,
I don't think the tree that she was hung in is still there. That's what I
okay.
heard. Yeah. But so you know what's funny? The women, the people, the 13 people that I see walking up and down the road of Hinsdale in front, they just walk up and down. They're trapped spirits. The 12 of them,
Oh,
the men and women, are black and white to me, which shows me it happened a long time ago, their deaths. But there was a African American woman in color, so she was the newest to die.
can I say something?
Go ahead.
All right, listen to this shit. And I'm going to let you hear it. I can't believe you're saying this right now. Because nobody knows. I'm still listening to my recordings. The whole time that recorder's out there, after it caught, it was funny because Rob was like, it might have been like a circle of life thing. Maybe some wolves were eating a fox or a coyote or something, right? And I go, listen, I'd rather pretend it was a human sacrifice going on. Don't talk to me about animals killing each other, okay? I can't. No, the fox got away, or whatever it is it's trying to eat, it got away, and it's a human sacrifice. I can handle that more than I can handle some animal stuff happening. Okay? But anyway, on that, you hear a whisper, right? Now, all right.
Ooh.
You hear a whisper and it says 12. So the first impression I got was this. When Tiffany was walking us around the property, she said, we have found 11 graves.
Yeah.
They have sticks in these 11 graves, right? So when I heard the 12, I said, wow, I wonder if there's really 12. Like if that was because that was the first thing.
12 are the original.
Now you just said,
yeah,
you said 13, but then you go, 12 are black and white.
Yeah, they're older. There's a African American woman that shows me as new because she was in color to me. I don't know why she's there, but they're trapped. And they walk up and down that road, back and forth. And you know what I found out? Because I kept saying, I said somebody either did a spell or a blessing and they did it wrong. A priest was there and did a blessing but didn't finish. He got the people out of the house that were trapped there, but they're stuck on the property. They can't get off. They have to be released. But that's not my job to do, because that's Stan's place, and that's.
Wow.
I know people always yell at me, why don't you, cross them over? I can't because I signed papers that I can do that. Don't yell at me, and eventually they'll find their way. Believe me, we don't get trapped here. We stay here for a reason.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But the light is always there to walk in. We do not get trapped here. Your family members will always come back for you. And
no, I can't believe that like seems
12.
like it correlates somehow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The 12, the 11, 12, and then
the
18. Like it's so insane. I
originally always said it was 12 or 13 because I can't.
Oh my God. And then we got that one EVP. So there were 7 of us in the living room. And have you been there, Tom?
No, I haven't.
You have, right?
Yeah.
So it's small. It's not a big house. It's a small house. So 7 of us are in the living room, and we decide, me, Megan, and Kelly decided we're going to go outside and leave them so we decided we're going to split up and just do let some people do the house and vice versa. Because there's so many of us, right? And when we're together, we just don't shut the fuck up. We're cackling hens. We don't stop. So we have to separate and go investigate. So after we left, Lauren and Dana are in the living room by themselves. And they go, does it make you uncomfortable that so many people are in here? Something like, that so many people are in here, all at once. Do you feel crowded? Do you feel whatever? And you hear, and it is so loud. I can play it for you and you'll hear it. But it says, they got out. They got out, April. And what the fuck did you just say?
And that's what I said. They were released from the house, but they're stuck on the property.
Yep.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
And the EVP that I got outside it said 12.
Yeah. That's crazy. You should have been with me. I should have gone with you.
You should.
We should never separate, Taryn. It's not right.
Right?
It's not right.
Wow.
We should always be together. I know. I'm moving in with you.
How
That's
does this happen? How does this happen?
Let me see here.
I mean, I'm sure people could
throwing up
argue
your-
it. People could argue it for sure, but
me throwing up your stuff. So don't mind me.
what'd you say?
I said this is just me throwing up all your guys' links and everything else as you guys are talking.
Funny because he's cute because he goes, when I have them on, I don't talk.
I don't.
Oh, Taryn, there's another animal coming in for you too. I don't know if you're bringing another animal home. There's another animal, another cat.
Hi, Deb.
I don't know if you find this cat outside and take it in, but there's another animal coming to you. So your family's growing.
Okay.
So you hear that, Rob? No.
He's gonna be like,
Another fur baby.
that's it. There are ways the spirits like link thing. I know. It's crazy. It is crazy. Wow. It's almost like it's validation though. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
validation. Like it the story makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It makes perfect sense. You know what's funny? I was just saying that, like, I will pick up things for a reading I'm going to do maybe the day before sometimes.
Right.
Because I know I was talking to my daughter and I was telling her about my dog that I used to have. And his name was Snoopy. And while I'm saying it, I said, oh my God, this is going to be for a reading. I know. So now
Yep.
this is yesterday, I'm doing a reading for this woman and her husband comes through. And he goes, ask her about Snoopy. And I said, son of a bitch. I'm going, but it's not a dog. Now I'm talking to him in my head. I said, it's not a dog.
Right.
This is a person. But he's like, just ask her. And I said, your husband is asking how Snoopy is. And she goes, oh my God. That was her son's nickname from the husband.
Oh,
Nicknames their son Snoopy. Isn't that the weirdest thing? But I knew that was going to be for my reading.
I love that.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that.
I had a beagle named Snoopy, though.
The most wonderful, not to mention hot AF, John Edwards.
Oh yeah. Oh mama.
I saw him live one time and he was talking to this couple and he was talking about how he's like, you brought your son. He kept saying your son. I can, did you hit it? Do you feel guilty because you hit his leg on the door when you were getting out? Like, and you broke the leg. Like, he's saying like, that's not your fault. Like and the whole time, the entire audience and John Edwards himself, son, you're picturing son.
Yeah.
And they said, and then he goes, you had this nickname for him and da-da-da. And he said the nickname, and I was like, Nick, like the nickname didn't sound like a human nickname.
Yeah, yeah.
So John Edwards was like, what did this mean something? Because like I'm laughing. Like I feel like it's like, I love this. This is cute. And he was like, well, he was actually our dog. We can't have children.
Yeah.
That was our son.
Yeah.
He goes, for me to be able to feel that was your son. Yes. You guys really felt that was your son. Like
my dog Frankie, I would say, is my son too.
Yeah.
And let me say, by the way, John Edwards
is hot.
Is hot as hell. But I was on 5 of his shows, and he was the first person I trained with when I started doing this.
He's so hot.
Yeah.
How did you concentrate?
Well, this is the funny part. Well, it's not funny, but my cousin just passed away.
Here's the funny part. My cousin just passed away.
Not that part. The story that goes to this. So my cousin passes away like 2 days prior. She kept following me. I kept seeing her everywhere.
Right.
So I'm at a workshop with John, and it's only for training. He said, this is not a place for readings. Do not sign up. We are training as mediums. And
I would be standing there like this the whole time.
Oh, wait. When I was on the show,
I wouldn't know what to type would it be.
I was on a show and I was right on the show. He actually sat with me and I grabbed him and I was like, so we're doing the workshop, right? And John's talking to us and I keep seeing my cousin and I'm like, oh my God.
Watch his podcast, Carmen. You don't look up pictures. He does a podcast now. Look it up.
So wait, listen. So my cousin, I keep seeing her. Her name's Joanne. And he stops in the middle of the workshop. He goes, listen, I got to stop. He goes, I said I wasn't doing readings. He goes, but this girl won't leave me alone saying her cousin's here. She's the J name. He goes, Joanne. And I'm like, that's me. I'm like, she's been following me since she died. I'm like,
were you like, no, I don't want it to be, but I have to say it? He's like, I don't want to do readings, and you want to obey the rules. You're like,
yeah,
no.
I know. So I'm like, but I said, John, she's been following me since she died. Like I would see her everywhere. So like where there was like curtains behind John, and I would see her peeking out of the curtains, and I'm like,
so awesome.
No way.
He was on stage one time, and he's sitting there and he's talking about his, I want to say his mother-in-law that had passed. And he was like talking about her, and he was saying like wasn't saying anything bad, but he was saying like, you know, I love my mother-in-law, but blah 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 blah, you know. And every time we'd go over there, you know, and finally at one point I was just like, and he's like, and she doesn't know this, but I was like so frustrated that I went over there and I did this, and all of a sudden in the whole place you hear this, the mic goes off, all the lights go off, and he was like, you can hear him talking without the microphones. You hear like this. The hell, you know, because it sounds all small now, you know.
Yeah.
And then like 10 seconds later, they get it back on. And he was like, "Sorry, I was." Like, he's like trying to say, like, she was like, "You better shut up."
Well, you know, I was on his show, one of the very first shows in 2000, and I brought my mom because my stepdad just passed. So I had these tickets for a month, and every night I was talking to my stepdad because he's another one that kept popping in everywhere I was. And I'm like, listen, Dad, I'm going to see John. I'm bringing Mommy, so you got to talk to her, you know, because she's real sad. And I said, we're going to have a code word so I know it's you. And our code word was Marine. Now I get to the show. John comes out. John's hanging out with me. He's actually, they do the commercial promos. So he did all the commercial promos with me. So he'd sit with me. Definitely I was mauling him. Anyway, so I'm like,
I would have been, and so they would have like security would have taken me away in the first 30 minutes.
I know. Believe me, I
don't even know how you did it. I don't know how you did it.
Wait, so listen. So now the show starts. They're filming, and I'm thinking I'm getting red first. I know it, you know, because I have that connection. So all of a sudden he starts talking to these two girls in front of me. I'm like, son of a bitch. Now I'm fighting my dad. I'm like, you know, Dad, I brought Mommy here. I'm arguing with it in my head. And all of a sudden John stops. He looks at the girl. He goes, give me 1 second. He looks up at me. He goes, who's the Marine? So I'm like this the whole time. Like it shut me down. Like
you just instantly just like,
he's amazing. He's just amazing. That's how talented he is.
So awesome.
And he's so hot.
And he's hot.
Anyway,
let's stop talking about John Edwards. We always talk about him.
I know. It's a love fest.
We do. He would be in trouble. Could you imagine? All right, no, let's not imagine. Let's get on to another subject. I'm
trying to think. Wait, what else? What else do we have stuff coming up? Well, we're going back to the Columbus Inn.
Mm-hmm. We're actually going to have a sleepover there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking so forward to that. Like everybody wants to. So the Columbus Inn also has a house next to it.
Oh, Taryn, did I tell you what happened?
Recently or there?
There. When I was outside with their team, I was so afraid I wouldn't go in his house, but that was the place where we go to the bathroom. I was petrified. I did not want to go in there. It's so freaking dark. Like the energy is so dark. So I'm standing outside and I'm seeing gunshots. And I'm like, oh my God, there's gunfire.
Yeah. No, I actually don't know any of that because I wasn't with you when you were over there.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, threw all over the place. There was a mass murder there in that house.
See, and I went in there and I felt nothing.
Oh my God, I was petrified.
I felt nothing. I was like, I just felt like I was walking through like a normal house that's being renovated for apartments.
It's
what
I mean? Though. It's upstairs. It's the upstairs you have to go. And I feel the outside. Oh my God! Like my body was rejecting this place. Like it didn't want to go near it.
Like for some reason, like when we go back there, like for some reason, I have zero interest in that house. I just want to be in that. I want to be in that.
Well, yeah, you're very connected with the children. The children were connected to you,
which is weird.
Yeah,
which is weird. because of my I don't want kids type thing. You know what I mean? But like, and I feel like that a lot of people say that to me. Now I believe you, but I believe you. I'm not saying that that's not true, but I get that a lot. That children
of
are
course.
attracted to me. Well, because I'm like a kid. That's why.
You love animals, and look how animals are with you. Children will be the same. They can tell the energy.
Yeah. I literally am very immature. So I can see why kids would be like,
I still
want to hang out with me. We're like, oh, what do you want to go? I'm going to go get an adult Happy Meal, and I'm going to get you guys Happy Meals, you know?
But tell me about the upstairs in the attic. What happened up there? Like, besides the story behind it, and you got I'm scared.
So that's where they hid. I can't remember how he worded it.
They used to chain the kids, the little kids to the floor, right?
Yeah. So it was an orphanage too, right? So when it was an orphanage, this woman was really, really mean, and she would. There's a bathtub. There's a clubfoot bathtub up there, which I don't know how the fuck they even got that thing up there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They are heavy. I don't know how they got it up there, first of all, but there's actual nailed plates with where chains would go through, and you can see that. And I went up there and I said, you are free. You are not stuck here, and not that I thought that they were stuck there. I just felt I had to say it, just in case.
Because the energy there, because you're picking up the past energy and how they felt. Because when I walked up there, I think before you came up, and I felt hundreds of kids surround me, and I could feel little hands touching me. Like,
and
they were afraid of the lady. They were afraid of the lady.
Yeah. And for some reason, when we went up there, I automatically sat down. And in my head, I thought, when you sit down, you're less frightening.
Yeah.
Or less.
See? That's a good mommy. I don't go eye level with children.
And I didn't know why I felt that way, but I felt like I had to sit down.
Yeah.
And like I said, cross my legs, and I just put my hand out after we heard that noise, and I said, you can come over here and touch my hand, it's okay. Yeah. And then that's when I heard that I'm scared.
Yeah. See, you're so loving with animals. You love animals. The children love you just the same.
I just want to see my Zeus.
Yeah.
I want my Zeusy bear.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's the ones you want to see that don't come. Like, that was like my real dad.
Yeah.
He came to me that one time, like when I was 4. And I never saw him or felt him after that.
Yeah. And what's crazy is I had one visit dream with my dad. One. And even though he
so sad, I almost forgot I was watching a show. It's the Taryn and April show.
I know this is going to happen. So
let's talk about Tom.
He says it all the time.
No. I preface this in my comments when I write up the advertisements that I am not going to get a word in when I have you two on. All I have to do is introduce and sit back. And
we haven't talked to each other in days, so.
Yeah. Well, I forgot what I was saying, though. What was I saying?
Your father, the visitation with your father.
Yeah, I had a visit dream. Now, I know he shows me things, like I know I get signs from him.
Absolutely.
And I know it's him. But to see him, it's already made my heart at peace. I know that if I were to see him, because it was traumatic for me.
Yeah.
I like 12 years of counseling and everything.
Yeah. That's why he tells you to focus. Like, he kept doing this to me with you, to focus, because she said she's spinning, but not in a bad way, that you're doing too many things.
I am.
That's what it is. And he's like, because he's like, Taryn, he's in front of you. He's like, focus. But that's when he was showing me the apple.
Yeah. That's funny, because I've never said, that's never come up in combo. You know, it's just, I know, like, every time I talk to somebody that I didn't know he knew, and they knew him. Just the other day, a guy came in and he knew somebody that worked with my dad, and he was meeting up with him for lunch, and he was telling him how he met, and he goes, "Oh, that girl was the apple of his eye." That's all he ever said. He used to tell people that. Um, but I think if I were to see him, it would push me back.
That's why
So I think he's
That's why they
protecting me.
don't show themselves,
Yeah.
because it is traumatizing. Because even though we want so bad, it's not gonna be what you think it is. It's gonna traumatize you because it's bringing that past hurt back, and now it's not going away. You
Yeah.
already went through the death,
And
and you're gonna
that's what I
relive
said.
it
I said
again.
it would be like losing him all
Well,
over again.
exactly, and that's why they don't come. My mom, the same. I had the one visitation dream, and that
Mhm.
was it. She will, however, leave signs and songs and make it subtle, because if I was to see my mom, I would be in therapy.
You know what's crazy with him is his signs are so you can't argue. It's insane. Like if when I had that visit dream, I still I still see and feel everything. Like it was so vivid and so real. I know we were together. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
no, you're right.
but like so the cemetery had set up this like thing where you could go on and write, you know how you write and say, oh, hi Denny, I use that as almost like a diary. If
Yeah.
you go to look that up, you will see years of me writing in this thing. And probably 5 to 6 months prior to me having this visit dream, I wrote in there, I'm really having, it's really rough for me. I wish I could just hug you. Like, I just want to hug. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to tell me you love me or tell me you're proud of me. I know you are.
Yeah.
I just want 5 more minutes, just a hug, right? Well, that's what happened in my dream. We didn't talk. And I remember waking up and being so mad at myself because I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, I did, he didn't. And I
Yeah.
got mad at myself for waking up.
Yeah.
And then I used to go back and
Did
read.
you feel him like in the dream? Like feel
I
him
felt everything. I
when you
felt
were coming out too? Like when you're coming
when
out,
I
you'll
was
kind
coming
of
out.
feel
Now,
it.
this was before I was into the paranormal, so I didn't know what this was at the time. When I was coming out of that dream, it felt like I had 1,000 bricks on me.
Yeah.
And it was almost like I was pulling myself out of the dream.
Yeah.
And that, but I didn't want to. It was the weirdest feeling. And then as I could, my eyes were starting to open, and we used to leave our door cracked so the cat could come in and out, and I could see a silhouette. I didn't see his face or anything, but I saw a silhouette. I
Mhm.
thought that was still part of my. I don't even know.
It's
I didn't even think about that part because the other part was so overwhelming and emotional, like so I used to go back I would go back a year and read and to see how much progress I had made
yeah.
from the grieving process. And I remember going back and reading that and thinking, "Holy fuck." Like I wrote that that's all I wanted was a hug.
Yeah. And that's what you got.
That's it. I
Yeah.
remember seeing him in my dream and going, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're here." And running and jumping on him and like jumping on him, Spidey straddling, and I was hugging him and I could feel the patch on his uniform and I was crying. I was like, "I can't believe you're here." And he wasn't saying a word. He was
Yeah.
just holding me and going in a circle. And I remember then I was waking up and I was like splashing water on my face.
Going
And
in a circle,
yeah, we were like hugging and he was like moving in a circle while we were hugging.
spinning. Remember I said spinning?
Yeah.
You're spinning.
Yeah. And like, when I woke up, I couldn't even catch my breath. I was gasping
Yeah.
for air. I had to go to the bathroom. I splashed water on my face. And then I was like, why the fuck did you wake up? I
Yeah.
was so mad that I woke up. But then it didn't make sense to me until I went back and read and saw that I wrote 6 months
Yeah.
prior, like, we don't have to talk. Just hug me.
Yeah.
Just give me a hug. That's all I want. And then, so then in my next entry, I was like, okay, well, if this is how this works, can you come and sit down and hang out? And,
Yeah. And it does. They will answer you in
yeah,
some form or another. They will.
yeah.
So, guys, that's all you have to do is write a little letter to them, before you go to sleep. It may not happen right away, but it will happen. I'm sorry, my dog is driving me crazy. Frankie, where'd you go? I hear the pitter patter tapping.
I like the stories with my dad are like so crazy like that, so intertwined. Like what happened tonight on the show with everything else. Like he always manages to do something to where it's like,
Stop.
how can you explain that
Come here.
other than it being from
Yeah.
him somehow?
Sorry.
You know?
Come here. You want-
It's insane.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
signs are so obvious that I can't believe he's not standing in front of me.
Yeah. That's crazy. But it's the truth. Hi, Sally. How are you? Sally's one of our admins on Haunted New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sally.
She's like
Wasn't there a Run DMC song about Sally?
Oh,
Run DMC?
Sally, why you bugging?
Was that it?
I think that's it, right?
Sally.
No, it's Mary. Sorry,
That was Mary. No, that's
Mary.
who did the Sally song?
I don't
I'll have to think about it. Might have been KRS One. I'm showing my age.
know. We're going old school.
All right, sorry, Tom.
What do you apologize?
Reel us back in. Reel us back in.
Oh,
You
no,
know.
I planned this on purpose. I know how these shows go with you two. I just get to hang back. This is the easiest show I get to do. So
Mustang Sally. I don't know. I know there was a Sally song from back in the day.
I'm going to be in Gettysburg Friday.
Shut your mouth. So am I.
Yeah.
Wait, this Friday?
Yeah, I'm filming Haunted Hotels Live.
Okay, I'm going to be in Gettysburg as well.
Oh my God, we have to hook up.
I'm going tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're going to wait. Oh, all right. I'll be there. I'm leaving later because I have to drive my daughter.
Oh, I'm going to be there as much as I'm going to be there till Sunday
I
night.
would like to go see Pam and Steve Saturday.
Well, we can go during the day. Yeah, for sure.
All right,
so
definitely.
Saturday. So this weekend I'm going to Gettysburg because I'm a featured guest at Ghosts of Gettysburg.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. I'm such a fangirl. If anybody doesn't know about Mark Nesbitt, find out about Mark Nesbitt.
I thought you were only fangirling for me. Hello.
You're my fangirl girl. You're my fangirl girl. He's my fangirl boy. Well, man.
So if anyone doesn't know the story, I was stalking Taryn. She was stalking me.
We were.
We used to be on the same network together. And I was always trying to get her attention. I just loved her from the moment I heard her speaking.
Yeah, I was like, I would like
and
watch
she felt the same way. And we finally met up. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been trying to get your attention. I was
like, I thought you hated me. She's like, I thought you hated me. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I've been stalking you forever.
Me too. We were stalking each other.
It's so funny. But now here we are.
And here we are, besties.
Love of my life.
More adventures. So wait, this for our next adventure at Old Columbus Inn, we got to get our a heater.
Oh, I have a heater.
Yeah.
And I have a heated jacket.
Yeah.
And I have a queen size blow-up mattress.
All right, good. Yeah.
And I have blankets that are so heavy that you won't even know. You'll feel like you're on a cloud.
Oh, okay, nice. And we need some peach schnapps. Or you said this peach whiskey?
Oh, peach creme royal.
I've never had that.
April's delicious.
Oh my God.
You can do shots of it because it's very, very good. You can drink it chilled, sip it, or you can mix it with white.
Called out.
Oh, but see, you're like you're automatic. Like it's like in here, right? You are.
That's a cute picture of Nicole and Tom.
So I love her. Oh my God, I do love her. I just love her face. But you mix it with white cranberry peach ocean spray.
Really?
You can get diet. It doesn't make a difference, and it tastes.
That could be our drink for that night.
It tastes like you're drinking this refreshing, sunshiny, delicious.
See, we always have to plan our alcohol.
Summer Jello that is just so good. You're just like, oh my God.
Oh my God. So wait, you have to try. I'll be at the Farnsworth filming, but I don't film till 11. But I have to do a promo before that. But
Farnsworth.
The Farnsworth makes the wine, Tears of Gettysburg wine slushy. It is amazing.
Really?
Amazing. Like I'm craving it.
Well, that's just like Dobbin's house. Dobbin's house is down a little bit down the road. So every year I have my birthday bar crawl in Gettysburg, and anybody is welcome to come. I start at one end of the town, and I walk up and I hit every bar because there are a lot of bars that are on the main strip and around the square. But anyways, Dobbin's house has something called a rum vengeance, and it's limit 2 per customer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, must be that powerful.
So when you go with somebody that doesn't drink, you're like, yo, order me a rum vengeance. You get through the first room. And then you're like, why did I do that?
Nicole loves wine slushies.
And
But
I don't drink. So just saying.
They have wine.
okay. So
the
you're,
wine there is so
you
good.
could be the designated driver. No.
You could just walk there. You could walk everywhere besides the park. Hey, go.
Hey, Jeff. But isn't that a cool name? Tears of Gettysburg wine slushie.
Well, I'm drinking Rebel Red.
I'm just drinking my Simmy.
That's good. So all of my wine upstairs is from Adams County, aka it's Gettysburg. Adams County Winery is the best. That's Tears of Gettysburg. They make such good wine.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
I can drink white. They're white or they're red. I mean, they have a peach one out now. It's delicious.
No.
And an orange, like it's something that tastes
Wait,
like
it's a peach white wine, or is it like
peach wine and an orange creamsicle wine that is delicious.
No way. We have to go there. I want to go there and get this.
I'm getting it tomorrow.
Well, I'll get it Saturday. I definitely want to see Pam though. I miss Pam.
Also, I can go in the morning, like because I have to be at the Ghost of Gettysburg. Like I'm interviewing Mark Nesbitt live.
Yeah.
Mark Nesbitt is very interesting. He was a park ranger for Gettysburg for 25 years.
That is so cool. The things he must have seen.
And then he is a historian, which the stories he has that goes along with the paranormal stuff is amazing because the factual. So I'm reading his latest book, the hidden haunted hotspots of Gettysburg.
Oh, okay.
Every chapter is mostly history. He tells you what generals, what colonels had conversations, how they marched, where they sat, who told who to do what, and how they communicate. Like everything is like really historical.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, it's like, okay, so if you're gonna go here to investigate, you want to make sure you want to ask about Colonel Joe so and so, and then so he's like telling you the history of the stuff see, and that's what I love. I love knowing the history, so I know what I'm trying to investigate or what I'm looking for or what I could possibly be communicating with. You know what I mean? So
you want to hear something? I went to this place here in Jersey called Kingsland Manor, and prior to going there, I always connect like with the spirits there, and I was actually connecting with George Washington. Not that I was connected. I saw that he was at this place before. I saw him and his men hiding. Like they hid there. So when I went to this place, Kingsland Manor, and I told the guy that runs it, I said, listen, I said, I know George Washington hid here. He's like, no, April, I'm sorry. The timing is off. And I'm like, no, I know I'm right. Do you know, he called me 2 days later. They actually found paperwork to verify that George Washington and his men stayed there. They had hideout.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying that you just amaze me. Like, it's just amazing. But I've seen this. She's not just saying it. I actually have been on occasions with her where she said shit and they're like, oh, we haven't found anything like that. And they come across. Then it's like 2 weeks later, like, holy shit. Because they look into it, obviously.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you something that's not normally said, you're going to naturally try to find to see if there is anything, And I say 2 weeks, but it's probably a lot longer because it takes long to research stuff and try to.
Oh yeah, can I tell you? Like, this is an important thing. My friend, her ex-mother-in-law had become very ill, and she sent me a picture of her because the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And I said she has a blood infection. I said that's the problem. She needs a blood transfusion. So the lady goes back to the doctor, and the doctor says, your blood is fine, your blood is fine. Well, a month goes by, she's getting worse. She gets rushed to the hospital. She has a blood infection. They had to give her transfusion.
I know. I see it. You're not convincing me.
I kept telling them, I'm like, I remember when she came back to me, she said, well, doctor said she's fine. And I said, I stand by my word. I know I'm right. So listen to me.
Yeah, it's so true. That's why, listen, even if I wanted to lie to April, I'm not going to, because she's
We
going to
don't
know.
lie to each other.
No, I wouldn't lie to
Yeah,
you.
that's
But I'm
like-
just saying, like, if I was like, there's no way. I was like,
Listen, I don't know everything. I'm not that magical. I wish. I know, because I know people like, they're like looking at me, and I'm like, I know you want me to read
I
your
know
mind, but I don't do that. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I had to explain that to someone's daughter. They know what I do, and they would send him with little red and blue. Figure it out. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, my daughter said red and blue. You're supposed to figure it out. I'm like, what? Okay. That's not how this works.
No, I had this guy. So there was a guy on Darren's show the other night, and he reads minds. And
what's his name?
Joe. Oh, this is so bad. Thanks, April.
That's okay. Well, I'll look it up.
Joe, it's Joe.
Well,
And anyways, so I had this aluminum foil on my head because I was like, he's like laughing. I was, no, listen, I'm protecting you. You'll step in here and be like, what the fuck did I just step into? Let me out. But anyways, by the end of the show, he's like, all right, he did 3 things, and all 3 things he read my mind, and I am still bugging out about it. I don't know how he did it.
So he has to be connected to spirit, because that's how I get it.
He doesn't. If you watch a show, I asked him, and it's like kind of like he tells you like, okay, yeah, this is how I'm doing it, but at the same time, I still like I said, have you ever worked, like the way he was like talking, I was like, could you work with like police officers and like help with like negotiation questions, since you know how to read body language and know this and that and stuff. But when he was asking me questions, he was like this, I'm not looking, but he's still hearing. I said, you're still hearing, because I was challenging him, because I'm like,
Well, with the police, like internal affairs are good with that stuff. Like, because I know.
But he didn't deny that. He didn't deny that part. He said, no, I am. But
I know when I used to work for the chief of police, and
watch the episode and tell me what
I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch that.
I want you to watch, because he does talk about like being able to pick up on stuff. He was talking.
Yeah,
so
it's like all psychology, like you buy, because the guys from internal affairs would always come and hang out, come have coffee with us, and he was watching me the one day, and he watched what I would do, like whatever room I walk in, the lights go on. Like I turn the light on, and when I leave, he goes, you have a fear of the dark. And I said, I do. Like, it was like he was watching my actions. You can, I guess, watch people and their subtle things that they do.
I'm trying to find the show so I can go, you know what I mean, and share it out. And for some reason, all right, hold on. Go ahead. I'm listening to you, though. I am listening.
No. I just really the psychology behind that too. But there has to be some type of connection too, that you connecting to the energy of the person. Profiler.
Yeah, you got to watch the episode. It was very interesting, and I cannot believe that he read my mind. He asked 4 questions, and he said, "Just think about the first thing that comes to your head." So I did, with all 4 things, and this mother bitch told me all 4 things.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
All 4 things, April. All 4 things.
That's amazing.
All 4 things. I could not believe it. I don't know. I don't know how he did it. I said, I can't. I don't even understand. Like, the last question was like, think about a shape inside of another shape. That was it. So I thought about a circle inside of a diamond.
Yeah.
A circle. When he said and the shape was a circle inside of a diamond, I'm like, I quit.
Yeah.
I fuck you. I got to get double aluminum foil because I don't know how you are doing this.
Isn't it? That's not Cody Drake, is it? No.
No, Cody was just on. Who was you should get him on, Tom.
Yeah.
The Arizona treasure hunter.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, I'm gonna look that up. But listen, guys, we're gonna have to call it a night soon.
What are you going to sleep, Grandma?
I gotta.
Mom was like, I'm with April on this one.
Well, I gotta get up early because I gotta, pack for Gettysburg, and I have things to do.
I thought, what?
Merkaba.
What is that?
Well, it looks like you have something else to look up, isn't it?
Wow. Oh.
Do your homework, lady.
Yeah, I guess I do.
A psychic and a psychic meaning, because Jamie's talking about you're going to give evidence, not feelings. You want concrete evidence because as a medium, they are going to tell you. Just like I'm making this sort of show. How long does your show go for?
As long as we want it to.
Oh,
awesome. Because I'm saying, if you have questions, let's do questions. But after April, finish what you're saying.
Oh, saying like a psychic medium as doing it's like, because even when I teach my students, I want evidence. I don't want this BS where I have a feeling. Oh, I got pressure. I feel the cold spot. That is not a psychic medium. If you're really connecting to spirit, they will give you evidence. Like I told you, Snoopy. Like I couldn't pull that out of my butt.
Right.
Yeah, and I knew
when you had Kim on, when you had my friend Kim on, and you came up with the nickname Kip. That was like, who? That's not a normal nickname.
Yeah.
I think it was her grandfather that used to call her Kip.
Wait, there was something else too. There was something else. Oh my God. I know it's an old word that she made me say. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. But
Kim said that was the word she asked her grandmother to say.
Yeah. And she said that's what she used to her grandfather used to call her that. And I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like, and who would ever think of a nickname Kip?
Yeah.
You just came out. You're like, he's saying Kip. And she goes, oh. Like, I could see
I know. I remember her face.
Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh.
Even when that happens, I'm like, yes.
I was like, that was awesome.
But yeah, so oh my God, that was a cool show. That was really cool. Oh my God, it's Rachel Bradley.
It's a Rachel sighting.
She's part of our group, the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
The Three Besties.
You know what we do? If anybody ever saw these videos, they would crack up. April has yet to do it. So me and Rachel probably are really at risk here. But
I didn't do it yet when we sing to each other.
But we have this chat. It's called Songs to Sing to Each Other, right? And we'll just we'll send videos or FaceTime in the middle of the day when we're driving in our cars or whatever. If there's a song on, it could be Ice Ice Baby. It could be, I'm Too Sexy, whatever. It could be any song.
All right. I'm going to do a song for you guys tomorrow morning while I'm having coffee.
Oh, okay. We'll see. Me and Rachel have done it so many times. And
I know. You know what it is? Because I start my reading so early too. And then I have to pick up my daughter from school. And I'm like,
I don't know the things you learn about people when they start talking. Like, wow, they have this little chat songs to sing to each other, and they just sing songs. And we love it. We think it's like the best thing. We're like, this is amazing. I love that.
So many good times.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna play some of the episodes of songs we sing to each other.
All right, I'm gonna do a song.
Oh my God, me and
Rachel
are like forever.
Song.
Yeah, the songs are always from like the 80s and the 90s. 90s. So nobody, Yeah, they're always like old songs.
Oh, I love the 90s.
And
All the
we're not just singing. We're like,
jamming,
pour
dancing.
some sugar. Oh, like we're like jamming out.
Good times, good times.
Oh,
I'm so excited for like the next Paracons, you know.
yeah.
Well, do you know New Jersey Paranormal is gonna their Paracon's gonna be in November now. And
The
it's a
Power Unity. But did he say the
New
date?
Jersey it's gonna be it's a 2-day event now.
Power Unity?
Power Unity.
All right. So did he already say the dates?
I think November 4th, and I'm not sure.
Next year, right?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
And Gettysburg, I think, changed their date too.
Yeah, July.
July. So,
Yeah.
which I'm happy because August is so friggin' hot.
I'm happy that it's in November.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just staying at the hotel the whole time.
Oh, yeah, well, you know.
And I'm not doing, I can't even. The stories I have are, I mean, we would be on here for 4 hours. With that, the bartender being drunk and me having to take, I was like the manager. Like, it was insane. Like, what happened? I mean, it was just.
The bartender wound up getting drunk and was throwing up. So I turned around and I go, I went and told Jason Hawes. I'm like, John, guy's throwing up. Tell somebody, you know, like, and then I told
Nobody said nothing. Then I come downstairs and I'm sitting at the bar.
I told the manager.
There was no manager there.
Well, the people behind, but nobody was doing anything.
Because none of them worked there. None of them worked there. I'm not even kidding you. I can't even make it up. It was insane. I go up to get a drink.
This weekend that you'll ever have.
And why am I the only one? I'm the only one that I go up to get a drink. And I was like, all right, let me get I'm like, you have Crown Apple? No, we ran out. Okay. Yeah, because nobody ever has Crown Peach, which is what I prefer, but they don't have it. Nobody ever has moonshine because we're not down south. So then I have to go to the Crown.
No, he got fired, Greg. He got fired.
Yeah, he got fired.
He got fired that night.
Yeah, he got fired. They actually hired the girl that
they deputized her.
Yeah. So I go up and I'm like, okay, fine. How about Tito's and water? I don't have water. I'm like, you don't have water? I'm like, how don't you have fucking water? Now I then start getting mad. She goes, listen, I have a wristband. I'm somebody that paid to be here. I don't even work here. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, the bartender's throwing up over here. I look over. The guy is sitting behind the bar, puking his guts up. And I was like, what in God's name is happening right now? So I go walk over to him. I'm like, dude, I'm like, you need to leave. I'm like, where's the manager? So I go over to probably the same people you went over to.
Yeah.
The one guy that was behind the thing, he walks away.
Yeah, he was so frustrated.
Oh, yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with it. Then there's two people standing up as a wall like this. And I said, are you guys going to do something about this? You can't let him just stay here. There's somebody that is paying to stay at your hotel and paying to be at this event, working the bar. First of all, that is very illegal. If anybody walked in here with any authority, this place will get shut down in 3 seconds. I was like, secondly,
how they were not prepared.
Right. And they're just sitting there, well, do you know why he's like that? Because he was drinking. I go, be mad later. You need to fucking handle the situation right now. Like, I don't know what's happening. Go over there and tell him he needs to leave. So they go over there, and I'm finally like, okay, can I get a drink? And then I still see the dude sitting there. So I walk over to them, and I go, why is he still here? And she's like, he won't leave. I'm like, what do you mean he won't leave? So I go over, and I poke him on the side. I'm like, dude, get the fuck up right now and leave. Go in the back and be sick. I don't give a shit what you got to do, but go do it out of this bar and go somewhere else. It's like, okay. I'm like, no, okay. Get up and go. And he sat there for one more second. I said, do not make me whoop your motherfucking ass. Get up. And then he finally gets up and stumbles back into the back. They're like, I'm like, why didn't you guys? And they're like, I don't know. We don't work here. I'm like, does anybody fucking work here? Where is everybody?
Rachel had a lot of Malibu Bay breezes that night.
I was all over the place. But I normally am.
Always.
At every event.
But always having a good time.
This is why I can't have a table. Everybody's like, oh, do you got a table for Paranormal Brew? Do you got a table?
No, yeah, you
I
have
would never be at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because during para-uni, I'm doing readings from the moment I walk in there until it ends. Like I
And
can't
that might be bad for me because I'm not doing anything to promote the brew, you know what I mean? But I'm there to hang out with my friends. I love hanging out with my friends. I love being with my friends. I love seeing
That's how I feel with
everybody.
Gettysburg. Gettysburg, it's a big party. Gettysburg Bash is a big party. It's
Power
so much
unity.
fun.
Like when Jason first walked in, when we were still setting up, and Jay walked in, he's like, "What are you doing here? Promoting the brew?" And I'm like, "Nope, I'm here helping, and I'm here to have a fun time,
Yeah.
and hang out with my friends. That's it." Like BB3 TV got a table at the bash, and they got it without talking to me. I would have told them, I want no parts of it because I will not sit there. I won't. And after they got it, and afterwards they told me, and I said, I'm going on record. You cannot depend on me to sit at that table.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Nobody was at their tables. Everyone was all over the place. We're outside listening to music.
There's no way. I can't. I'm never going to be able to have a vendor table anywhere because I won't sit still.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm a social butterfly.
You certainly are. And a beautiful one. Listen, guys, I am calling it a night. I'm sorry. I have to go to bed.
Well, go to bed.
Unless you want me to do anything.
No, I just had you guys on because I haven't had you on forever, and I wanted to catch up.
Rachel
Did we
has
talk about ghosty stuff?
the what?
Every once in a while you did. Talked about Hinsdale House.
That's true. We did.
Columbus Inn.
Yeah.
Talked about how you're valuable on an investigation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Somebody, every show I go on, if they say like, what do you want to, I say, I'd like to have my April with me because she knows shit.
And Tom, we got to do this for you too. If you want to set up a night and even have Taryn on, I will do readings for your viewers.
What would I do?
Yeah.
I don't do readings. I would be here to love you and support you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I love like when I do my show, like that one time I had all you guys on and I was just doing my readings. That was a blast.
I'll hang out with you anytime you do your show.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So yeah, let me know. Give me a date and I'll come on. Let your viewers know I'm going to do readings. They love that, and I'll just do readings the whole show.
Okay.
You got to come back on mine too.
I know we got to plan a date.
And we also have to. I'm going to do a show at Columbus Inn.
Yeah.
With Danger, and I want to go live, and I want him to walk around the property and like tell the history of the place because it's amazing.
I love him. He's such a great guy.
I do too. He's a cutie too.
He is a cutie pie.
But I'm just saying, like, I want to go live so he can like walk around and show us. They found shoes.
Oh my God, I have pictures of it.
They found shoes of the children that were orphans there. They found them like buried in the walls, and they have them like on display. I got to tell you that when I walked over to that display, I definitely felt that. Like that was like
children were just gathering around you. They loved you.
When I saw all those shoes and stuff, and like the children's like clothes and stuff, and I'm assuming she did that because those children probably died, and
I gotta tell you,
want record of, she didn't report it.
Very bad things. I'm not going to get into it. But listen, I love you guys. And I will talk to you, Taryn. I'll talk to you, Tom. I love you. Thank you again for having me on. Yeah. And thank you, everyone. Nicole, I love you. If you guys need me, let's set up another date. We'll do readings.
That cleavage is on point.
Parental advisory.
Saying.
Love you guys. All right. Have a good night.
Love you.
Love you more.
Sorry. I had to say it.
Do what you do. That's why I have you guys on. This is your show. When I bring you guys onto this show, it's not like any other show that I run. Because I squirrel, but you guys really squirrel.
Oh,
I don't have to do a damn thing, and it's still a good show. So I mean, I just let it go.
I'm
So-
the biggest squirrel. The biggest. I'll
So-
see it on my own show. I'm like, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that?
So tomorrow, Nikki and I are actually going to go on a little investigation here by our house.
Ooh.
We're going to go to the squirrel cage jail.
Speaking of
Over here.
squirrels,
Yeah, exactly. It's over here in Council Bluffs, Iowa. It's a round jail, and the door actually rotates around to open up a door so the person can come in, and they bring them down and they turn it around so they can come out or in.
wow,
But that's how it
will work.
That's how it works. It's now just kind of like a location. It's not running anymore, but we're gonna go investigate it tomorrow, and there's a lot of discussion about if hopefully we can get up into the jailer's quarters that lived above the jail itself, because apparently that's where you get most of the action. So yeah, there's been
So it's just you two doing it?
just us two. We're
That's
it.
awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're both off tomorrow, so we're gonna run. It's like 20 minutes away from our house, so we're gonna run over there. And never been there before. Heard a lot about it, but we've never been there before.
That's
So
awesome.
we're gonna go over and do a quick investigation for the day and just hang out and see what we can.
Day
pick up.
investigations are the best.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, Nikki even says it. We're our own crew now. We're not part of any other crew anymore. We're it. Just
Really?
just she and I. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Good
yeah.
for you guys. That's awesome.
Yep.
I love to hear that.
I'm spoiling some news, but that's okay. I'm gonna share it. It's gonna get shared out anyways. But
Did my
we're
lights
actually.
go off?
What's that?
My lights went off? Go ahead.
Oh, I haven't seen them on at all.
Oh, maybe I forgot to turn them on.
But we're going to fall under Bill Slevin's Paranormal Existence Research Society too, as the regional private investigators out here for homes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Good for you guys.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
Couple things coming down the chute. So
Yeah, no, that's good. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's like this coming across this thing where my dad grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not it's not like looking to be on TV and looking to make all this money. You know what I mean? Like you're part of history.
Right.
You are a part of history.
And that's what I try to explain to people. And I mean, my audience knows, that side, my audience knows that that's why I do this show. So everyone has a place to come talk to each other and have all this wonderful community that they can trust in asking questions and making comments and everything else.
Yeah.
That's why the show is ran. So, but yeah, so we're going to go hunting tomorrow, and that announcement comes out officially on Sunday.
Or today.
From Bill. Well, unofficially today from me, but officially it'll be posted and everything else on Sunday by Bill.
Are you going to get in trouble now? Blame it on me. Bill will believe it. Bill will be like, oh, yeah, no, if Taryn was involved.
Nah, Bill's not watching the show, so I'm good. So no one rat me out, folks. There you go. There you go.
I thought they died.
No, they just weren't on. But yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on. But other than that, we're kind of
me. I'm my first weekend off is going to be the second weekend in November.
Oh.
I have so much paranormal stuff going on, and even into the next year. My show's booked until January or through January, and then January 28th, we're investigating the Hell House, the Waldorf house, whatever you want to call it. And then March, I'm going to Pot of Grass for Pooches in Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
And then we're also investigating the Shanley Hotel. April, we're going to be at there's a psychic event being held in April, and we're going to be at the Wildwood Sanitarium as well. And at the event, we're giving away 4 free tickets to like come investigate the Wildwood Sanitarium with us. So that
cool.
and then the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, and obviously New Jersey Para Unity. So it's literally I'm booked until November next year.
Yep. Well, that's good. At least you're busy.
Yeah. And then this thing in Birdsboro is gonna come up, and I'm really gonna put a lot of my energy into it. So, you know, because of my family roots being from there, you know, I'm gonna really put a lot into it. So hopefully I can get that going somehow.
Yeah. So you and I will have to talk offline at some point because there's a lot of stuff that's happened since we've talked a while ago.
Yeah.
That is interesting that I think you would find interesting, and you'd be like, what the hell?
Samesies. Hashtag samesies.
What?
I said hashtag
right?
samesies.
Yeah. No shit. I'm sure there's a lot of shit going on with you too. So
interesting stuff.
Yeah, ours is too. Did you know we moved?
I saw you moved, and I love your pictures you put up. I love them. Your
Right?
scenery is amazing.
Yeah, that's right out my back window.
I mean, it's got to be so relaxing just to
It
go
is.
out there and see. That's what I want.
Really rough to get up to go to work in the morning.
But I want it to be Gettysburg.
Yeah. But mine is we live in a nice little cul-de-sac, a nice quiet cul-de-sac.
That's
with
nice.
The lake, and across the cul-de-sac there's no houses. It's just open land because it goes
now,
over.
Could you be loud if you wanted to be loud?
Oh yeah. We've had the entire family over, and everyone's been in the lake, and we've been out in the fire pit and everything else and stuff like that. No one says anything, so it's pretty nice.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so but I am going to let you go so you can get your rest too, and we will talk more offline. I can tell you're tired because I can see it. So, and I can hear your voice is starting to die down a little bit tonight. So, just wanted to let you know that your Taryn K Paranormal Brew, you have a Paranormal Brew. You missed an A.
I have what?
You missed an A.
OMG. You know, thank you, because you're the first one that has said anything.
You're welcome. I didn't know what Paranormal Brew was.
Paranormal.
I went through all of these wonderful things here. Look, I got them all. I got almost all of them. I got Paranormal, I got Parafam, I got McKinville, I got PD region, BB3. So I got a lot of them. And if you guys folk go out to any of those sites for Taryn, I did list them in the comments. If you go out to any of those sites at all and click on her sites, you'll see she has other sites as well, and you can just click on any of them. So you know what?
I really will just to watch my shows with some of the unique guests that I've had on. I mean, everybody that I've had on has been just absolutely amazing. No cuckoo's nests. You know, they're all educated, and they all have, you know, degrees and have done their research, and some are, you know, I'm a healthy skeptic, and I have healthy skeptics on, and I have parapsychologists on, and doctors, ER physicians, and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, not that stuff I never learned from a school book isn't awesome.
Yeah, what the hell?
Paranormal Brew is really cool too.
And it's growing like by leaps and bounds. Yours is like just, oh my goodness. I don't know if you know this, but you still have me listed as I think an admin on there. Because and it's fine because I see, like, I always see, oh, so many people are following you now. You have a new follower. And I see, oh, you have a new message. And it's funny because once I accidentally clicked on the message, I'm like, oh crap, that one's not mine. I don't pay attention to what
because I told you, you know, you can still.
Yeah. I do. I post on there. I post all kinds of crap on there. So some good, some me. So that's, you know.
Fan for life.
That's right. Fan for life. But yes, like I said, we need to talk more offline. I am actually going to push you offline now, but don't go anywhere really quick. Someone will say hi to you offline. So, so hold still and let me shut the show down.
I heard her.
Yep. And I will be talking to you in a second.
Okay.
All right. So say good night to everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Love you.
All right, folks. That's my show. Like I said, 1 in a million type of show I was going to have. Those two on there means I don't have to do any talking at all. I just open the show, let them go, close the show, just like I'm doing now. Really quick, here's my stuff for those of you who haven't seen it yet. There's my Facebook, facebook.com, stuff I never learned from the school book. There's my Twitch, And there's my YouTube. The YouTube one looks kind of long, but if you actually just type in Stuff I Never Learned, I'm the only one on there with that name, so it'll pop up right away. You can see all the videos there and everything else. I'd appreciate if you do the like and the share. Let other people know about the community because we continue to grow this community. I very much appreciate everyone who's on here. You all are like family. You all know that to me. If Jamie said the ghost is laughing, so that was pretty good. But anyways, have a great night. Next week, Saturday night, I am actually on Jessica Jones' show. I posted it out there for everyone to see, so go out there and take a look at it. Late night radio with Jessica Jones, the Cryptid Huntress. She will be interviewing me, so it's going to be a little different. So I'll be flipping the seat here. It's going to be a little strange. I don't know how to work the other side of the house, so we'll see how this goes. And then Monday, I actually have on Sarah and Ben. They're part of the Paranormal Existent Research Society, and they're both also authors of horror books. Both critically acclaimed, both have won awards, both have been outstanding, and they're both going to be on my show. They do work paranormal investigations, but they work the behind the scenes. So we're going to get a different look at it because they are two that actually work behind the scenes and do all the busy footwork and everything else. So hopefully we'll see you all on Monday, 7 p.m. like normal for Central. Other than that, y'all have a great weekend. Much love, and we will talk to you again soon.